Hi, this is Jarrod. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like this content. And if you would like to support my channel, I'm going to be covering my annual Triple Crown full card soon. So if you head over to the runawayhorse.com, click on my sales page. My Kentucky Derby full card will be available in a few weeks. Now, in the last 22 Triple Crown races, I've given out 9 winning trifectas and 5 winning superfectas. And in that Triple Crown full card for Churchill Downs for the Kentucky Derby, you're going to get a lot of analysis of each horse, all the prep race recaps, a lot of information in there, bloodlines information, post position analysis, just so much more, wagering strategies for all the races, including trifectas, superfectas, pick 3, pick 4, pick 5 wagers for those full cards, pick 6 as well. It's going to be available Derby, Preakness, and Belmont Week at therunawayhorse.com on my sales page. So check those out. Keep supporting my channel, and good luck at the races. This is Jarrod Horak for therunawayhorse.com, and I'm back with my third Kentucky Derby qualifier video. I looked at horses that qualified through the Louisiana Derby and the Bluegrass Stakes in my first video. My last video, I looked at the Wood Memorial and the Jeff Ruby Stakes qualifiers. In this video, I'll do the Florida Derby and the Arkansas Derby. Now, if you're interested in my annual Kentucky Derby full card from Churchill Downs, you will be able to find that at therunawayhorse.com, Kentucky Derby Week. Now, I have a pre-product available right now if you're interested in purchasing that Kentucky Derby full card. I've done a lot of analysis for the Kentucky Derby, but I haven't been able to add in my wagering strategies and a few other things. But I have a lot there right now in a PDF file, and if you purchase that now, I'll send that PDF file out, and then when they draw the post positions, I'll send a second file with all of my wagering strategies and some other information. And then later on, Kentucky Derby week, after they get the post positions drawn, I'll finish the rest of the Kentucky Derby day races from Churchill Downs and send that out as well. So head on over to therunawayhorse.com on my sales page for more details. Now let's get into the analysis of the recap of the Florida Derby and the Arkansas Derby. And I'll start with the Florida Derby. And the winner there was White Abarrio. And I've always liked this one. I picked him in the Holy Bull Stakes when he won that one at 6-1. And he was one that he won his first 2 races at Gulfstream Park last year. Then he ran in the Grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes. He was 3rd. He was well behind the top 2. Smile Happy won that one. Classic Causeway was 2nd. White Abarrio was 3rd there. That was his first race away from Gulfstream Park. He went back to Gulfstream Park this winter, the Grade 3 Holy Bull Stakes. From an outer post, he stalked. He got first run. He won by 4 lengths. That was a productive race. The 2nd and 3rd place finishers both came back and won points races in their next starts, Simplification and Mo Donegal. And then in the Florida Derby, White Abarrio, again, set that nice outside tactical trip, got the jump on the closers, and he was able to get the job done there. So he's one that really likes Gulfstream Park for sure. He's going to do all of his pre-Derby training there as well. And then he's going to go to Churchill Downs and sit a decent tactical trip and see if he's good enough. He's going to have to probably run a little bit faster, but he hasn't done anything wrong this year. He's 4 for 5 lifetime. He hasn't really run a bad race. He's been involved in some productive Kentucky Derby races, like the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes, a key 2-year-old race, and then the Holy Bull Stakes was a key 3-year-old race. And then he did what he had to do in the Florida Derby. So he'll set a good trip at Churchill Downs in the Derby, most likely stalking the pace. Just a question of, is he good enough? Now, Charge It was my top choice in the Florida Derby, and he probably should have won that race, but his inexperience really hurt him there. He was able to, he got up on the pace, not a great start, and he was sitting back and forth towards the inside. He was taking dirt in his face, but it wasn't an awful trip. He was sitting right there within striking range throughout, but White Abarrio was out in the clear, and I'm sure Todd Pletcher would have probably rather had been in that spot than down on the inside eating some dirt. But Charge It moved out in the stretch, had every chance to run down White Abarrio. It looked like he may do that, but he couldn't keep a straight line. He was green in the stretch. He had only run 2 times previously, both times around 1 turn. A maiden special weight event in January at 1 mile at Gulfstream. He dueled on the lead. He missed by a neck. The show finisher was more than 12 lengths back. And then in his second career start, he was visually impressive, breaking his maiden wire to wire, a slow early, fast late race at Gulfstream on February 12th, and he won by more than 8 lengths. And then in the Florida Derby, he made some mistakes. uh, as a young, lately raced horse is prone to do. So he's training well right now. I just wish he would have had another start. He's one that seems like later in the year he's probably going to be better. His sires Tap It, Indian Charlie's the damn sire. So I wouldn't be surprised if a horse like Charge It is better later this year. He's just so lightly raced and he has a lot of ability. Obviously, he's working well. He's run well in all 3 starts. And we'll see how he can do in the Kentucky Derby. I just think maybe from the inexperience standpoint, I'm a fan of the horse. I'm just not sure from an experience standpoint that he's really ready to run and win a race like the Kentucky Derby. Now, Simplification was 3rd in the Florida Derby, and he's won. He's dances all the dances. So you have to like this horse. He's just an overachiever. He's run 7 times, 3 wins, a second and 2/3. He's banked more than $500,000. This one is a Florida bred. He reminds me a lot of another horse from this barn, a Gunavera, a few years ago. Antonio Seno had that one. He ran well in some Derby preps, and then he was able on the road to the Derby to do well. And then in the Kentucky Derby, he didn't hit the board. In the Preakness, he didn't. But Simplification is from that mold, just an overachiever, tries hard. You really got to admire a horse like this. He won the Mucho Macho Man Stakes, going wire to wire on January 1st this year at Gulfstream. Holy Bull Stakes, he made a mess of the break. He finished 2nd behind White Abarrio. Mo Donegal was ahead behind him in 3rd. And then in the Fountain of Youth Stakes, he got pace help. He rallied wide. He won that one. And then in the Florida Derby, he dueled on the lead. He ended up finishing 3rd. So he's versatile. He can close. He can set the pace. He can stalk. He'll just go out there and give everything he has. It's just a question of, is that going to be enough in the Kentucky Derby? Because there's some other entrants that are faster, but nobody tries harder than Simplification. Now, the Arkansas Derby saw Cyberknife break through with his first stakes victory. And he's one that Brad Cox has always liked. It's just a question of, was he going to be able to put it together mentally and physically? And he finally did. He put it all together. He was okay in the maiden ranks. In his first career start, he broke his maiden, but then they took him down, and he was placed 2nd. His second career start, he finished 2nd again. They stretched him out to a mile and a 16th. He stalked, he led, he looked like he was going to pull well clear, and then he was goofing around, and he only ended up winning by a half length. They threw him in the Lecomte Stakes. He made a middle move. He just didn't look experienced enough to win a stakes race at that point. He was 6th, beaten 10 lengths. And then in his next start, they dropped him down into Optional Claiming Company, gave him a confidence booster at Fairgrounds on February 19th. He stalked, he pulled well clear. That was a much more professional effort. And then in the Arkansas Derby, he was able to do the same thing, put forward a nice professional effort. He set a great stalking trip in that race, and he was able to win nicely by a bit less than 3 lengths. He's won again. He's got ability. He's going to have to run a bit faster. The Arkansas road to the Kentucky Derby, none of the points races were really that fast, but the Cyberknife is improving, and Brad Cox is one that knows how to get a horse ready for the Kentucky Derby, and he should sit a decent stalking trip, but he's going to have to run faster. Now, Barber Road, he's from the mold of Simplification, because he's one that just goes out there and just tries hard every single time, and he'll give it his all. He's 2 for 8 lifetime with 4 seconds and a third, and he's run well in all of the Kentucky Derby points races that he was entered. He was 2nd in the Smarty Jones Stakes at Oaklawn Park from post 10. He was in the Southwest Stakes. He rallied to finish 2nd. In the Grade 2 Rebel Stakes, he was 3rd, beaten a half length. In the Arkansas Derby, he was 2nd, beaten a couple lengths. So he just goes out there, he rallies, he tries hard. He's just going to have to run faster. This is the kind of horse you can definitely use along with Simplification, maybe in your exotics in the Kentucky Derby, because they're just going to go out there and try hard. Some horses will try to win, they can't get the distance or whatever, but these horses that are just overachievers that just show up every time are definitely worth including on exotic tickets. Now, the other horse is Un Ojo, that really pulled off a shocker in the Rebel Stakes at 75-1, where he stalked the pace and he won that one. Now, prior to that, in the Wither Stakes, he rallied to finish 2nd behind early voting. And then in his last start in the Arkansas Derby, he didn't run well. He was 8th, beaten 14 lengths. So he's one that's going to be a big price in the Kentucky Derby, and he's going to have to run
back to his Rebel, and probably much faster than that if he expects to be a contender on the first Saturday in May. So that will wrap up this video where I looked at the Florida Derby and Arkansas Derby. Next, I'll take a look at the Santa Anita Derby contenders from the Santa Anita Derby qualifiers for the Kentucky Derby. Until then, good luck at the races.